Bill Riley, our own environment administrator, rose to the occasion, and he sent a message back to Washington that was endorsed by the State Department, asking the top administration officials to reconsider and see if they couldn't find a way to sign the biodiversity treaty. And the Brazilian government offered to act as interlocutor to assist in bridging whatever gaps exist. And the answer came back from Washington, from the White House aides, no, there are no changes that would be acceptable. And of course, they were speaking for the biogenetic industry, who weren't willing to share anything, who weren't willing to make any compromise. They wanted it all, and the Bush administration backed them up.
America, which is based very much on spiritual principles of freedom and of accepting everybody, is put in this position of really rejecting everybody and not being interested in sustainability, which is the planet, but only in terms of a very, very narrow margin of gains for a very, very narrow margin of people who are industrialists in the United States of America. And that's tragic. I mean, short-term gains versus long-term salvation of the planet.
The discourse here and these magnificent people who are telling us of their bleeding, of their pain, of the disruption of their lives, they are being heard. The world out there has a conscience, and that conscience is going to listen and it's going to react, and I think it's going to react positively, and I think that the United States will be in a pitiful minority as time goes on and as the conscience of the developed world begins to take effect and begins to make demands on the developed world, especially on the United States. We will not be able to withstand the unified expression of disdain and distaste and outrage at the negative, destructive position the United States has taken at this conference.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Congressman.
One of the problems of the Biodiversity Treaty is that the Biodiversity Treaty wants to deal with the sustainable development and talks about the importance of the diversity of plants and animals, but it does not deal with the indigenous people.
No paper of what they're doing over there is going to make any difference.
Não é o papel que vai fazer uma diferença em relação a isso.
It's like writing on sand. It can blow away.
É como escrever na areia e o vento carrega.
But if we talk about the real issue of cutting down of forests, trees, of flooding, those are the issues that are going to touch people in order to help us.
The United States has a history of violating treaties. People have to understand that the first treaties that the United States government ever signed was with the indigenous peoples that now live that are in the United States, and violated virtually every one. So the United States, whenever it does this, it always puts national security in front, and it's that type of arrogance, that policy that they proceed. They won't have to consult. They feel they don't have to consult with the nation states of the world, whom they are in partnership with, supposedly, for the care and the maintenance of the earth.